Hey everybody, welcome back to Deciphering Crypto. I hope you had a fantastic week. Today we're going to be talking about zKML, and it is a blockchain platform that aims to redefine privacy, security, and cross-chain interoperability within the crypto space. Let's check it out. zKML currently has a couple of protocols or parts of their ecosystem that are up and running in a beta type of format. The first one is the privacy router. This is going to work within XRPL, and it's also supposed to mask those CBDCs or central bank digital currencies transactions, so you have more privacy when you're interacting with them. So you'll take your token, whether it be USDT, USDC, or any digital currency that comes out, you can put it into the privacy router. It is going to convert your token to XRP. The receiver is then going to be able to enter a private ID number in and then retrieve the tokens. And if you pulled up each of the particular wallets, it would just show that you had moved your tokens to a randomly generated address, and then that's where the trail would end. So it makes the transaction secure and very private. Next, we have ZK Search. It is an AI-assisted decentralized search engine that does not store user data, so it creates a very private environment, and it's also resistant to censorship, and it is unbiased in its search results. The other upcoming features that they're working on right now is they're working on zkOS, which is an operating system. They also have a mobile zkOS. This is an operating system that is based on snarks, and snarks are a type of zero-knowledge proof. Apps would be able to build on the operating systems to create an extremely secure and extremely private ecosystem to where you could operate, transact very privately, and none of those communications would be able to be interrupted. The zkOS will also be able to provide end-to-end encryption on anything that you're doing online, whether it is messaging, whether it is searching or interacting with a web page, or whether it's a voice protocol. It'll make all of these things anonymous and private. One of the other features that they're working on is ZK Shield. This is a shielding protocol that anything you're doing on your computer can be encrypted and create a very private and anonymous environment for anything that you're doing online. And then one of the final features that they're using in the zKML ecosystem is going to be ZK Snarky. They're also going to be working in conjunction with Rose and Mina to provide private cross-chain interoperability. So you'll be able to bridge privately from one chain to another chain, and all of those transactions will be masked and you'll remain anonymous. As far as user interface, there really isn't a lot to talk about now. They are working on the privacy router. It seemed pretty straightforward. It seemed like there was a fairly high likelihood that there was going to be a potential for user error. So if you're not real familiar with the protocols, it had a bunch of warnings up there saying do not share the private key, only use the public ID. And if there's a chance that somebody is going to mess something up, you know that they're going to mess something up. But overall, what I've seen so far on the user interface, it's not a Telegram bot, it's an actual web page, and seems fairly straightforward and easy to use. There has been a lot of discussion within the Telegram and on the AMAs about revenue streams for this protocol. Right now, not necessarily in a negative way, but I don't think that they have this figured out. Everything is typically addressed in potential. So right now they're saying there's a potential for ads on the search engine, and you may be thinking, well, how are they going to generate ads on a search engine that doesn't store any user data? They had mentioned on the last AMA that there's federated learning, so your local machine will keep data that's available for the search engine to retrieve, that they potentially could get some ad revenue from that, so they would incorporate federated learning to do this. They had also mentioned that there is the potential for revenue through partnerships. They had also mentioned that there was the potential revenue as an exchange fee, so if you were exchanging currency using the privacy router, then they would take a fee off of that. But there definitely isn't anything in stone right now, and I think they're very focused on getting the protocol up and working and the bugs worked out of that before they really focus on generating revenue. Right now, as far as support, the only support that's out there right now is Telegram. It's slightly disappointing. Any questions that are talking about utility of the token, or any questions about where the tax money is going, any questions on why the the privacy router is down are typically unanswered. It's mostly a bunch of hoopla about the price and the market cap. So there's lots of people that are, of course, very excited about the price of the token, and they're going to want to see that price go up. But that's the vast majority of discussion within the Telegram. And from my experience so far, any questions about the protocols or problems with the protocols or questions about revenue streams are just met unanswered. It seems like they have a fairly decent reputation. There's lots of people that are interested in this token. There's over 14,000 holders of the token. They have over 14,000 followers on Twitter. They're very active on Twitter. They do AMAs regularly, so they are talking to their token holders and they're talking to the community about the plans they have. They are hiring people. They're hiring teams, specific teams right now to focus on certain aspects of the protocols. They definitely seem very driven and they have goals that they're working towards. So that aspect is very positive. They had also mentioned that after they get these teams hired and in place, they were going to be posting regularly on GitHub the progress or the team progress for each of the features within the ecosystem. They are going to slowly start working into getting some partnerships. Right now they have a partnership with Ator, and they are working currently on getting a partnership with Infra, and they are going to be expanding on that as they go. But the protocol and the actual products are definitely a focus for the team right now. Now, the tokenomics for this token are fairly vague. There's 100 million tokens. They are all locked currently, looks like for at least a year. They do have a 5% tax for selling and buying. There hasn't been any discussion on where that tax revenue is going. I'm just making the assumption that they're using that tax revenue to pay for the teams and the hiring they're doing for the actual specific feature teams. But what the token is going to be used for is very vague. So they have talked about potential as everything on the tokenomics, or what the token is going to be used for is discussion of potential. So there could be a potential for staking. There is a potential for governance. There is a potential to use the token to buy upgraded features or services in relationship to these protocols. But right now it's vague and it hasn't been announced yet. And right now zKML is only available on the Ethereum ecosystem. It is only available on Uniswap. It's about a $52 million market cap right now at about 52 cents per token. And it has been holding strong. There is a lot of interest in the token. It's had some very high volume. I think that about does it for the review on zKML. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it and you like the videos, please give me a like and subscribe. Please remember that none of this is financial advice. All of these tokens in crypto are extremely volatile and they could go to zero tomorrow. Pay attention to your risk management. Don't put all of your money in one token. I really appreciate you watching and coming along on this crypto journey with me. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you next week on Deciphering Crypto. Take care.